Did Power Rangers Once and Always handle Trini's passing well? Next up on Just to Talk So, let's talk about it. And welcome to the Flicks, Picks, and the Nitpicks. And I am your humble host, 0718. And let's get right to it. We're going to keep on. I'm still riding high on Power Rangers Once and Always. You already know what it is. I got some other joints coming, but just watch us to talk. We're going to always just talk about it. But I had a question that I wanted to put out there. Did Hasbro really handle the passing of Trini well in Once and Always? And I'm going to tell you one thing. The way it started off, I really was like, yo, I don't know if this is a good look. They had her just spinning in the air, just exploding. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That was a little wild. You know, I thought they would have did that off camera and just came right into it. They showed it. Did they handle it well? And I have to admit, the fact that even though they had her spinning out of control like that, I don't know. But that was the only really obvious visualization of seeing it. She was helmeted. She was in a suit. She died as a Yellow Ranger, you know? And it was all about her daughter taking up the mantle. And they didn't use Trini's face like obnoxiously show. The show still had a story. You know, it was really the story of men. But it started off but Trini still all throughout the series without having to deal with Trini all throughout the whole series, throughout the special. You know, because you're dealing with her daughter. Her daughter was her, and she wanted to get revenge for her death. So there was no need to overly lean on Thuy, overly show anything. Even though, if you ask me, there were things I felt like they could have done to really draw out the emotion of it. But then some people would have probably argued that, are they pimping her death? And I don't think it would be. But at the same time, the only way you can tell is if you watch it. Or watch how they handle it. And the fact that outside of the beginning, which was kind of a little sketchy, because you're showing her just spinning, and then she just blows up, like, or vaporizes. And it's like, I was like, where do we go with that now? But then when you see them talking about wanting to tell, matter of fact, when you see Zach and Billy take off their helmets, and you see like the anguish in Zach's face, and you even see it in Billy's. And there was a scene there, if you notice, where Kimberly stumbles and falls to a knee. I was like, yo, my bro, I really do believe that was like a cool key moment. Very quiet, very subtle, but it was dope. It was a dope little moment. And then, you know, men finding out, and then, you know, I think they did it well, because you start following men now. It's really men's story. You know what I'm saying? But it's dedicated to Thuy and giving Thuy a legacy to carry on in the series. I think that in and of itself is such a dope way to pay homage to her, and then call it Once and Always, saying that she's always a part of the series. And if they continue to do a Once and Always following men, and men Men would have Trini's picture around. You know, Trini can still be a part of the show. I mean, I would even put her in the credits just because. But I just wouldn't know if the family would be okay with having Thuy's image used like that. You know what I mean? Like at the end of Power Rangers and Thuy Trang as Min's mom. Like as Trini Kwan, Min's mom. Like that would be dope because you would see her picture somewhere, a locket, a chain. It would be somewhere in there. Not to say that you have to always show it, but she's in the house. So Zach would look to her. And if you did it right and kind of also at the same time had a running through line of maybe even some episodes lining up with an old story of Zach, Trini, and Jason as Omega Rangers. But we'll get to that later. Bottom line is what did you guys think? Do you think they handled it well? Do you think that Trini's passing in the series was a good homage to Thuy? A lot of people said making her go out fighting was dope. If you ask me, I would have also added like some other things just to show, make Trini just feel like she was there. You could feel the emotional value of losing her, like the real Thuy, but still like make her go out like real powerful. I would have gave her like a dope fight moment where she just spins out and goes so hard before trying to save Billy. I would have really led into that. But again, I mean, they could have been argued for over milking the emotional value of Thuy actually being gone. They could have. I don't know. Because I wouldn't want 2 years to go away that quickly. But at the same time, you want to be tasteful in doing so. They didn't want to show a body. They didn't want to do that. They vaporized her. And it's a good out should they want to say that they bring back Trini as another in a recast. Because there was nobody. Remember, they're trying to bring back Zordon and pull his body and his energy back together again. You could argue Thuy went back to the Morphin grid. I think Trini saved Quan when the energy from the Morpher came out. I think that was kind of a hint at her energy, her power, part of her essence was there. That's how she had that flashback and felt the memories and all of the other stuff. I think that was supposed to be, in a sense, Thuy's essence or her spirit was imprinted into the Morpher, and she saved her daughter. But you let me know what you guys think. But in any event, do you think that they handled Trini's passing well? Leave it in the comments below. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I think they did. It was smart not to do what I would have wanted to do. A longer, deeper, impactful fight scene. Maybe changed up the music so I can bring the drama out of it. Maybe even show some Thuy flashbacks. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or if not that, like, you just really see her really fighting and having a moment, just tearing up the putties and going through and breaking through to show how strong Trini was for one moment. Like, really let her go out like a G and then get hit trying to save Billy and everything else happens. You know what I'm saying? But the way they did it, because it cut from that and they got that out the way early, and then they filled it with mostly following Min's path, but the way they end capped it. And again, just showing when Ming got saved by Trini's Morphin and having the flashback. That was the first shot of seeing Thuy again in the back like the flashbacks outside of the picture that she had with the Morphin right underneath it. So then you just play the record of them singing. They didn't even have to go hard. They just, and it did everything it needed to. And it was still a sweet send-off to the character Trini, and more so Thuy. And then it was all of them together. That was kind of how you did the reunion, all of them back in the day, and you incorporate Jason, David, Frank. And I think it was, even though I would have loved a little bit more moments with all of them, even helmeted fighting and giving them that send off as warriors, you know, even in the fictitious show, but really make them go out with a bang. It's still, they still went out with a bang. Like, they still went out like Power Rangers once and always. And then they have the record where everybody with Zach and Kim singing, and you see all the Rangers together. And that was the only way we could get them all together. And then you just see Thuy, a picture of Thuy and Jason David Frank, and it just hit all right. I think it did. But let me know what you would have done. Leave it in the comments below. Let me know how you would have handled it. And you already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. See you next time. And as always, till I have a better outro. Chill.